We were discussing the laws of Netilat Yadayim. So the discussion becomes, sometimes a person travels and he's in hiking or he's in different places and he needs to eat bread, but he doesn't have water. He doesn't have water, or he doesn't have a vessel for to do the kli, to do Netilat Yadayim. So what is he supposed to do? So the question is, if you don't have a vessel, can you use the sink? There are opinions that say that if you turn off and on the sink each time, then it's considered koach gavra. The Gemara says that it has to be considered that you pour the water. It has to be a person poured the water on the hands. Opening the faucet is not considered with the water running that you just put your hands under, that you put the water on your hands. It's the pressure of the sink that's giving out the water. It's not you pouring it. However, in such a situation, a person has to try to get a cup. Some poskim acharonim write that you should get a water bottle. Even a water bottle, a person can fill it up and he pours continuously on his hands. Some acharonim say that that'll count as a kosher vessel. Technically, you're relying on the fact that it's disposable, even though its mouth is very small. There is b'di'avad what to rely on to use a water bottle to go and do Netilat Yadayim. However, what if a person doesn't have water, doesn't have a vessel at all? Doesn't have water whatsoever, but he wants to eat. He's hiking and he wants to eat bread. What should he do? So really, Shulchan Aruch writes in Kuf Samach Gimel, you're supposed to travel up to four meal forward and 1 meal backwards to find water for Netilat Yadayim. That means 72 minutes forward, 18 minutes backward from your trip to go get water. And you're not allowed to eat without going to get that water. But if that water is farther than that, you can't get water past that amount, then Shulchan Aruch quotes what the Gemara says in Masechet Chulin, you're allowed to eat the bread if you wrap your hands in a cloth. If you put your hands in a cloth and you eat the bread without touching the bread, this is a permitted way of eating bread even without Netilat Yadayim. You'll say Hamotzi, but you won't say Netilat Yadayim, you'll say Birkat Hamazon. But this way, since you didn't touch the bread, so you didn't transgress technically what Chachamim instituted in such a situation. Since you didn't have water, so you wrap your hands with a cloth or aluminum foil or whatever it is, you wrap the bread and you don't touch the bread with your hands. So this is what happens sometimes. But they sell in the stores today. You can buy a collapsible Netilat Yadayim cup. It's made of silicone, it expands, it closes, very easy to throw it in your bag. So therefore, almost no excuse in our generation to not do Netilat Yadayim. What? You say Hamotzi. Now there's a nice story with the Ben Ish Hai where a person came to the rabbi and he said, Rabbi, I have to do teshuvah. He says, what do I do teshuvah if I didn't do Netilat Yadayim for bread? He says, Ibi, why did you not do Netilat Yadayim for bread? He says, because I didn't say Hamotzi, so I didn't do Netilat Yadayim. He says, why didn't you say Hamotzi? He says, Rabbi, because it was Yom Kippur, so I didn't want to say Hamotzi. He says, what are you doing eating on Yom Kippur? And he went and spoke to him and he had a whole conversation with him and realized that this person made a lot of mistakes. And this is what the sages say, Avera goreret avera. One sin leads to another. And mitzvah goreret mitzvah. One mitzvah leads to another. So a lot of times the sins that we do is from the lack of knowledge. And the person can think, okay, so I messed up one time. No, one mistake leads to another mistake, to another mistake. We have to learn. And hopefully we'll go from one mitzvah to the other. Baruch Adonai Olam.